Hey guys, it's Maxie here and welcome to another TEW video. The Evolution will be televised, our WWE save back in 2003. Today's Judgement Day, pay-per-view for May, before we've got 2 weeks of Raws and Smackdowns and then into our UK pay-per-view, which will be Insurrection. I think to keep up and keep it a little bit realistic, we'll have that in the UK as well. So sold out show, 41,900 in the Miller Park. As always, cheers for watching, it's much appreciated. If you enjoy it, drop a thumbs up. Any comments on wrestling in general or the save, let me know. Or TW in general. Let's crack on with this Joe branded pay-per-view. So we start off with a pre-show due to the amount of matches we had. It was a short match for the Tag Team Championships, which saw great wrestling and a decent reaction from our audience, where the Dudleys defeated Lance Storm and William Regal in 9:45 when Lance Storm was disqualified when he was fighting Bubba Ray Dudley. So a B-74, I just don't feel like it's time to put the titles on Regal and off Regal and Storm and not the Dudleys. But Dudleys were needing a bit of wins, so we give them the win there. In the kind of circumstances, Regal improving in Rumble and performance, Devon in performance. Decent match to open the show. We then have the Cruiserweight Championship on the line, so somewhat real life on the kickoff show. Decent pre-show match saw Rey Mysterio defeat Jamie Noble in 9:19 with the 619. Second Cruiserweight Championship defense for Rey Mysterio. It's going to be a longer title run, so again a B-74 is pretty decent. Quite a substantial difference in in-ring performance, and as a master of the 619, who prevails. So then on the actual pay-per-view, we've got our hype package, we've got our pyrotechnics. Pyro was a thing back in the day. Shout out if you can remember when the last time Pyro was used in a WWE event. I'm interested to know if anybody knows that random stat, because I certainly don't. But show got off to a strong start, got the crowd hotter. B+88 as we hype up that WWE title match between Lesnar, Taker, Angle and Hogan. Just want to quickly add that other point, WrestleMania doesn't count if you can remember the last time they used it, that wasn't a WrestleMania. So storylines advance. It should be a good match in the main event. I'd say 2 World Championship matches I'm expecting both to deliver. So our opening contest saw the singles match between Booker T and Randy Orton from Evolution. A good match saw Booker T get the edge over Randy in 9:56 with a scissors kick thanks to the botched interference from Ric Flair. So I felt it was a good opportunity to give Randy a solo spotlight. But Booker needed the win, so he gets it in a B80 match. The match got the crowd hotter, and yeah, you can see there, slow but surely, Randy's starting to get better. Booker improves performance skills. A little one-up for Booker T over one of the members of Evolution. Then, Goldust spots Randy Orton and decides to chase him away. So basically, Randy Orton cannot interfere in any of the later matches tonight. He is gone, he is out the arena. Goldust has taken care of him. Will that help Steve Austin in his attempts to win the championship of Triple H? It remains to be seen. That was a C64 segment. Then we get an over-the-top entrance for our US champion. Bit of rapping, it's that kind of Cena with an A91. This is one of the matches, unfortunately, was for a 4th time, so it may struggle, but I wanted to kind of conclude their feud on pay-per-view, so we'll find out. It may be bad, it may be okay. It's bad, but still superb wrestling, good heat. Edge gets the win over Cena in 11:41 by countout, so he doesn't win the championship. A disappointing C66 because it was the 4th time they had done it quite recently. Again, that's down to the not putting the title on the line at Mania, my mistake, and of course the lack of psychology. So these two will branch away into new feuds and hopefully learn psychology down the line for a future meeting. So, that's what it is. Those are big penalties which take a lot off the rating. We then had Christopher Nowinski backstage, where officials have found him, but he's bloodied and he's battered. He's been a victim of a sneak attack. Christian's won them because it's his lackey. What has happened to Christopher Nowinski? So that's a C-53. So the IC title match itself had superb wrestling and great heat. Nope, it's not the right match. I've mucked up my order. I think I haven't actually. I think I've just took the attack and then allowed it a bit of time. So the IC match will come, sorry. But SmackDown match, but they had superb wrestling with great heat. Benoit gets his retribution over the Big Show in 909 as he makes the big giant tap out with the crippler crossface. So that was a B78. Of course, Benoit has been the subject of several attacks on the Big Show and his friend, lackey, however you wish to describe the A-Train. And as I say, as a result of that, gets that there. So an 82 for Benoit and 87 for the Big Show. And yeah, we'll carry on with the show. Women's Championship on the line. It was a decent match that saw Trish Stratus defeat Victoria and Molly Holly in 6:22 when Trish Stratus defeated Victoria by pinfall with the Stratus faction. Trish Stratus is the new owner of the Women's Championship. I just didn't want to keep having her chasing, so I've put the title on her, and as I say, we can see from here what kind of happens going forward. But yeah, good win for Trish, and we do kind of to an extent, because of the way her product is, need a lady to hold the belt, an attractive female. So if she can do that, the options like Victoria, Jazz, there's a lot more heels in the roster that can chase after her. So decent C62, and it was a storytelling match of the evening. And after it, two baby faces, Trish and Molly, decide to celebrate. So that's a C+70. Christian then hypes a promo on Rhino, so here we go, it's finally happening. Basically saying he doesn't know who ambushed Christopher Nowinski. He doesn't need him, doesn't need his lackey. He's going to take that title back himself, so that's a B78. This one was also done for the fourth time, but again I had to close out a storyline, and it was about that had great wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. And it saw Rhino defeat Christian in 8:25 with the goer, but during the match we had Chris Jericho return from his injury and turn on Christian. So Rhino makes his 5th Intercontinental defence. Christian loses in a poor match. Jericho comes back as a babyface because obviously injured against Jeff Hardy, but he feels that he's been replaced effectively by Chris Nowinski in the D41 because poor match, 4th time, lack of psychology, overall very poor. And it's on me, you know, I booked too many times rematches, but I wanted to do the turn on Christian, and I didn't want to just bring Jericho back and insert him into the match. So he's back, complete turn, so that'll change the gimmick. The gimmick is poor, charismatic enigma, but the turn is good for Jericho, and then they have a confrontation, but no blows just yet. That will happen. But yeah, Christian, Chris Jericho, interesting going forward. I then had the WWE Tag Team Championships on the line, and it was a decent match. It saw Team Angle defeat Los Guerreros in 14:17 when Charlie Haas defeated Chavo by illegally using the ropes for leverage on his pinfall. Team Angle make the first defence of the WWE Tag titles. This one again was just to give them their first title defence, keep them looking strong. Some in real life is going to be Chavo that will be dropping a lot just to try and get Haas and Benjamin over. Eddie, there'll of course be big plans for him in the future. But a B81, and yeah, we're just slowly but surely building up the overness of Team Angle. Then have our standard bikini contest. Because of the amount of males in the card, I thought let's just do this to be safe. Taz hosts it, and it is between Sable, Tori Wilson, Dawn Marie and Stacey Keebler. All 4 ladies fit the attractive female quota in the game, and it's Sable who picks up the win. Quite apt, because obviously that's her just returning, so gives her a big win like that. We then have promo with Kevin Nash and Shawn Michaels just saying the Clicks back together and they're going to beat up 3-minute warning, so that was a B+88. And the match itself was actually not too bad, a B79, but they had good wrestling and a decent reaction from our audience as Shawn Michaels and Kevin Nash dispose of 3-minute warning in 8:30 with sweet chin music on Rosie by Shawn Michaels. Of course, Shawn will be the most over guy, best performance by far. Match suffered a little bit with not enough selling, but I still think it's a good spotlight for Rosie and Jamal, and as I say, it eases Kevin Nash in before we find him a main event program. Then had the rematch, an exceptional matchup that saw Goldberg take on The Rock, Goldberg going 2-0 in 13:31 with the spear. It's trying to figure out where everybody's going to place on the leaderboard in terms of, you know, who's going to go for the world title and who's going to stack between it. So I don't want to do a multi-man match for the title. So obviously Rock and Goldberg will, you know, it's 2-0, that's done. And it'll be interesting to see where we can book. So Judgment Day will Judgment Day will tie up all the loose ends. There'll be a few interesting things going to Insurrection and then kicking on into whatever they called the pay-per-view in July. I want to say full loaded, but they may have canned full loaded by then. Vengeance. They canned it. Cool. 3 minutes 74 anyway. Actually 2 good performances. A 98 from The Rock, a 81 from Bill Goldberg. Lack of psychology, of course, hurting this match greatly. Very surprised Rocky's not went to Hollywood yet. I don't know if that's inputted in this mod or if he just kind of stays, which is good for us. It gives us that extra star power. The Rock then just freaks out, has a temper tantrum, properly playing up that heel character he had at that time, to which an 889 is the rating. Then have Hulk Hogan cut a promo before the championship match. He says it's been many a year, but he is going to walk out as the champion. Tell it's been a year, but he's still going to walk out as the champion. Of course, they won the Undisputed Championship back in 2002, but he just says he's going to show no matter how older he gets, he's still a champion. Oh, well, but pleasantly done a lot better than I thought. An exceptional match saw The Undertaker defeat Kurt Angle, Hulk Hogan and Brock Lesnar in 1655 when The Undertaker defeated Hulk Hogan with a tombstone pile driver. Hogan was the weak link. Taker makes his second title defence. I wasn't putting Hogan over. I'm sorry. Taker's just starting his run. We need to make him look dominant. A-Star 95 is great. Great performances from all bar Hogan. He's obviously tiring, even though it was a multi-man match. Storylines gain heat. Taker gains a few skill improvements. Overall, very pleased with that, considering the few negatives. And it's going to take a lot for the World Heavyweight Championship match to get a better rating. Speaking of which, promo from Austin. He says he's going to whip Evolution's ass one by one and take back his championship. Simple, straightforward. And they nail it as well. About with sensational wrestling and fantastic heat, Triple H cheats to win in 1940 by using the ropes illegally for leverage. His 5th title defence, no point in taking the championship off him, but that'll be an end to the Triple H and Austin programme. I just want to try and freshen things up a little bit and go a completely different direction. Of course, Austin wasn't wrestling at this time, but he's still in the mod and still putting in good performances. However, a damaged kneecap could put pay to that, and there wasn't enough selling showing in the match. But overall, fantastic event. And Triple H, Batista and Ric Flair celebrate to end the show. Because of course, Randy Orton chased out the arena. Best show was saved by an absolute mile, the A92, and that increases our popularity in 34 regions. So delighted with that. I'm going to go Steve Austin, Triple H, I'm going to go Chris Jericho to keep them happy. But I'm happy with that, as I say. There were a few feuds there at the end, a couple of bad matches, which I completely accept, but to tie up storylines we had to do. But it gives us a clean slate going into Raw for next week and then SmackDown and then on to Insurrection, where you can have a bit of fun and have some different kind of matches. So Austin won't have to take time off, that's good to see as well. Test is back, so we'll see how long until he gets suspended again. Nick Patrick needs a new contract, that's fine, we'll give him a new 3-year written deal. Just keeps our referees tied up. 1.93 for the buy rate. Charlie Haas is clumsy, says Orton. Same with Bubba Ray. They seem to be hating people in the other show, but I'm quite happy with the way the roster is at the moment. So if we go to medical, 17 days, we can easily rest Austin for a little bit. Scott Steiner's back in 8 days for his second suspension, and Billy Gunn back in 7 days from his damaged shoulder. But overall, good position, great rating for a show, and yeah, we are on the road now to Insurrection and then Vengeance. So, let us know what you thought. What kind of programs do you want to see going forward? As I say, we'll probably start basically a new season effectively. As I say, the feuds will all be jumbled up and we'll have new competitors for Triple H's world title. And I'm not really sure if I'm going to go with Undertaker at the moment, but interesting to see what program we can put going forward. But cheers for watching, much appreciated. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you next week for This Week in WWE with Raw and SmackDown. Bye bye.